Hi, I wanted to jump on this morning, and sorry, no makeup, no hairdo. In fact, I've just been out walking with my dogs because I got really inspired this morning. My young dog woke me up early and I listened to a replay of a live event that happened yesterday, and I was listening to a lady called Barry Baumgardner who was talking about purpose. And she said something that I thought was really profound. She said, when you want to move forward, do it messy, do it scared, but do it anyway. And it really hit me in my heart because that's how I started writing. Those of you that know me know that I'm a physio-acupuncturist, a relaxation coach. I've been doing those things for 40 years, but there was just a little voice inside me that was nagging me, prompting me to write a book. And everybody said to me, write a non-fiction book, you have such knowledge in your field. But actually I wanted to write fiction because I wanted to put some of that knowledge forward in a story way, because I think sometimes you can reach more people by telling them a story that they relate to. But here's the thing, I really didn't know, beyond doing GCSE English, I really didn't know, didn't have any formal training in writing. And for quite a long time, I let that get in my way, and I thought, when I have time, when I do courses, then I'll write my story. But that little voice inside kept nagging, write your story. And then I read something about writing a book which said, you don't have to write the book from start to finish. You don't need to know everything about it. You can actually write the bits that are easy for you. So I knew I had a message I wanted to share, and the message, I suppose, in a nutshell, is about well-being, looking after your well-being, but managing to do that through adversity. And my first book, Touch, is about someone who loses somebody. They lose their whole life plan, and how they go about rebuilding that, and what they do, and what comes out of that. And so I started writing scenes from the book, things that I thought were important to say. And so that's where I started, and it was a bit messy, but once I'd committed to that, what came up was the opportunity to join a writing class with the Writers' Company that I now coach with. And that gave me some framework to work with. But when I published that first book, it wasn't perfect. I tried to make it as good as I could, but actually I didn't know really some things that I needed to know. It was messy. And I was scared. I was scared that people were going to laugh at me, that people were going to say, well, she's not a writer. But I did it anyway. And I had some amazing feedback from that book. I had somebody who spoke to me, called me, took the trouble to get in touch with me and say, I cried for the first time for my younger self. And this was 40 years previously, for the girl who lost her husband and was left with a handicapped daughter and 2 boys to bring up. And I thought, and I've looked back afterwards and I've cringed a bit about that book, and I've re-edited it and I've made it better, and I think it is much better now. But it still was reaching people, and that message was still reaching people. And that's what I want to do with my coaching. And I want to give people the confidence to get started on their their why and their how they want to get their message across. Now, I've chosen writing, but creativity comes in all forms, but I do really love the impact that writing can have, the message that you can get out there. And when I started coaching, I had a real moment, a bit of a crisis again about confidence. You know, who am I to say that I can help people with their writing? And some really good friends of mine, Nina and Gabriella Fatara. Nina coaches both ends of the lead, getting people to bond with their pet, but by looking at feeling well themselves. And Gabriella's a transformational coach through heart healing. And when I was having my doubts, they were there behind me going, but of course you can do this. You've been coaching people for 40 years within the framework of your physiotherapy practice to feel well, to feel confident, to get over obstacles in life and succeed. So of course you can do this, and we need people like that. And that's who I want to be for people who want to write. I want to be the person who helps them to say, yes, I can do this. And it's interesting, isn't it, that we get in our own way. We have all these voices in our head that say to us, I'm not good enough, and people are going to laugh at me, or I don't know how to go about this. But actually, if we have the voice that is telling us in our head, yes, I can do this, there is always help out there to help you get into your framework, to find your framework and to get going. Now, I've subsequently gone on and I'm just about to publish my 6th book. And that first book, when it was re-edited, it went on to be an Amazon bestseller. But if I'd never written it, if I'd never published it, if I'd waited till I felt I was good enough, this would not have ever happened, and none of the rest of the books have happened. So when I'm coaching, what I want to do is say, yes, you can. I want to help you say, yes, I can explore this possibility. Yes, I can innovate. Yes, I can get help. And more than that, yes, I can help others find their path through the things I know, through the experiences I've had, through the messages I've got, through the stories I can tell. And I want to say to people, it's okay to be scared. I'm a little bit scared now, actually, standing here talking to you about this. It's making me feel a bit emotional. So, that's it really. That's what I wanted to say to you. I would like you to feel confident to follow your path, and I would love to help you in any way I can with my coaching to achieve that. Okay, I'm going to stop now. Bye.